We need to just go to his parcel and he make it rain. This could be the weekly distribution of Alchemica for vault holders, but for all us non-vault holders who are here on a Saturday morning.
GM,
I'm gonna
how are you guys?
I'm with the guys that spillover is on, and I'll let you guys know.
Sick. I just did channel one parcel, but I don't think it actually had any spillover. But that was a couple minutes ago. So
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, I got 4 level 6 altars I'm gonna hit, and then just run around and try to collect all the Alchemica. I have my game controller charging because I know I'm gonna be putting some work in, and we get sprinting today, correct?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
We gotta
how do we?
we gotta have a race at some point.
I got my fastest gotchi ready.
How do we initiate the sprint? Is there like a button that we have to press, or something
Just,
like a double tap?
Yeah, hold down shift while you're moving. That's all you gotta do.
Oh, so I'm gonna have to add that to my controller.
And that drains your HP, correct?
Yeah, you'll see your HP going down. There should be a sound effect to it as well. Oh, I heard somewhere. I heard someone's sound effect. Oh yeah, I'm running.
And this is this one boost, the sprint is associated with your HP, so your energy levels, or
Yeah, so right now we're just kind of previewing this feature. There's no relation to your gotchi level or any stats yet, but this is just kind of a preview of a fun little thing for right now. So this will not be the final version of it. It's just kind of a little thing to test out and play with. Take it for a spin.
This is dope. I'm gonna channel and empty a reservoir at the same time on the same parcel. So this is, I mean, the reservoir is like still small, but it's gonna be a nice little hefty load. Also, I want to say the UI improvements in terms of channeling, it's made it so much faster to be able to channel in the Gotchiverse now, which I really appreciate considering I'm doing so many of them every day.
Yeah, I want to get the speed down so like you can get in and out and do what you need to do as fast as possible. It's still a little bit slow, but we're getting there.
Okay, where is that Alchemica? It's weird. I hit the reservoir and the channel, but no spillover has happened.
Yeah, let's see. I've heard it's supposed to be working.
Yeah, it's definitely saying that it's spawning. I see the message at the bottom, but just nothing is dropped on my one parcel yet.
Could be, do check. You might have your animations turned off. That might be part of it. You probably want to go and do animate installations.
Oh no, they're on because I see all my installations dancing about and filling and moving.
Okay.
Very hypnotic. Yeah, I've been telling people you have to go up to at least level 4 because when you get to level 4, it turns, the background color changes. They just look so much more robust at level 4, better for your harvesters and reservoirs. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that was
Got
cool.
one.
It just fell out and bounced. Oh, is this a new drop animation for this also?
Yep.
Oh, that is cool. Good thing no one's around.
I'm about to do this now. So it just fell out of your reservoir, hey?
Well, I didn't see the action of it falling, but yeah, you just saw it bouncing on the ground, and like you see it dropping and bouncing in the Gotchiverse.
Oh, okay. Let's yeah, I'm gonna hit this.
Yeah, it seems like a lot. Holy moly.
I agree with the harvester deal too. I just upgraded this harvester to level 4, and it looks pretty dope. Has a nice pink background. Like you said, robust. Has a robustness to it.
So for the healing part, you will actually. Oh, so back to AAvegotchi verse. Hey, friend. Your health points will go up by, I believe it's 1 hit point per second right now, and you have 1,000 hit points total. And I believe that for every second that you are running, it'll drain 25 hit points.
But everybody's gonna have a different amount of hit points, right? Based on their stats.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
Right now, we're all across the board, kind of the same.
Yep.
In that sense.
Everyone's the same right now.
Yeah. Does it take a little while for the Alchemica to show up after you drain the reservoirs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's probably like a queue that's currently getting overloaded right now.
Okay, I'll hang
Dang,
around.
there was like I was by myself over here picking up all of this Alchemica. Now there are 2 other Gotchi scavengers trying to pick up my loot. Get away.
Now you're like that old man, right? Get off my lawn, you kids.
When walls.
Yeah, that's gonna be some next level stuff, and you can have wall everything in.
Yeah, I mean this seems like so much more spillover. Maybe it's just the concentration, but I've already picked up over 20 Alchemica just from one channeling and emptying of a reservoir.
Dang, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and that's with these little scavenger gotchis trying to take what's mine. Stay away from my foot.
I love exploring all these new parcels and seeing everyone's new installations everywhere.
Like we were talking about last week, there's like a liveliness to it, you know? People's parcels look more alive.
And people were putting effort in. Like we were doing our GMI call yesterday, and Harambe showed us his parcel, and it is 100% just a flex parcel. He has 10% of I think the common globes, and he basically just spelt out his name. He's left like very little space to effectively farm, so his parcel has just become a flex at this point, which is cool to kind of see that somebody actually does that.
Yeah, I want to have a flex parcel where I just put like a bunch of common campfires around my altar and have a ceremonial public use altar. That'd be kind of cool. Like a public water fountain, you know?
Fountain as a service.
Yes.
Actually, I was talking about doing that with because I bought the parcel by the GMI estate, so I can make that. If once we can add teleporters, I'll make that like a cheaper teleportation route to GMI events. But I was like, I have to like if when the SDK is being developed or something like that, I would want to make the experience a little bit less like safe than say a regular teleporter, like so that I can make it cheaper. And there's like a there's a reason you're paying less, but maybe throw some kind of like Wolf game esque kind of mechanic that you might get robbed while you're on this teleporter or something. You lose like 10% of your Alchemica that's in your Gotchi's pocket just to make things interesting.
Maybe there's a VRF involved and there's like a 1 in 10 chance you just get teleported outside the walls of the Citadel and you have to defend yourself.
Yeah. You get right to the liquidators. Like, I feel like I should try to find a vortex and cash out. I don't know where. I guess I could sprint. That's a new feature, right? Let's go run it.
It's raining alpha. I do like that animation of how the Alchemica falls down. Really interesting. Really nice, actually. It does add a nice touch, when you have these little animations that happen. Makes it definitely a little bit more
Yeah, there's
engaging.
so much that we have like ready. It's the bottleneck is just like dev time, getting everything pixel perfect. But what you guys see, it really is just like the beginning of a lot. There's a lot left to do to really make this game like awesome. But it's
Yeah, I
moving
mean,
fast.
the farming release, I feel like this was like one of the smoothest releases I feel of any of these like major updates in our ecosystem so far. Uh, there have been like minor UI bugs, but they're like nothing compared to like the amount of I guess the progress we just made in this jump where we're fully in the farming release now. We're just a
Yep.
couple steps away from having lodges and NFT
Yep.
displays. Like it's you guys have been moving so fast. So like good on you for that.
Ooh, oh wow! I just saw some Alchemica fall from the sky. Pick that up. Where you guys? Where's everyone hanging right now?
I'm
Are we all just scavenging?
I'm on my
Yeah.
parcel in District 42, hanging out. Spacious parcel in District 42.
If you guys haven't already, we do have a little video coming out tonight. It's going to be a couple things coming out tonight, but definitely go and here's the link. We're going to put a tweet out in a second here as well.
Ooh.
But it's the beginning of it's become the weekly alpha drop. So you can sign up for this premiere. It'll start in 17 minutes. Probably nothing you guys haven't seen before, but a great introductory video for how to play the farming release. So if you have any friends who are wondering or anyone you'd like to share some quick alpha with, this should be a good video for that.
Cool.
ELDR farm glitter. Indeed.
Yeah, there was
Glitter's doing quite well. It's gonna be at zero soon, huh? Zero
yeah,
supply.
Mikey J was saying that the current burn rate in the next if we kept at the current burn rate, we run out of the I guess the supply that's openly traded right now within 16 days.
We've had many deflationary days already with glitter where it's like way more was burnt than what was produced that day.
I'm loving it. Like I'm still aggressively using glitter to build right now, but I'm not touching my LPs, so that's gonna just stay there at like whatever 20 million glitter or whatever probably that's in there, and then I'll just keep producing and building. But we were talking about yesterday. It's like, dang, maybe the maker really is the way. Like, because it's gonna become a pain in the neck, down the line when I'm trying to eventually go from 8 to 9, and there's not enough glitter or not enough money in my pocket to buy all the glitter that I
Yeah.
need, and then I'm on a freaking 6 month upgrade or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, you wanna I think the game right now is while glitter's cheap, you're basically trying to get as much as you can to get that head start, but eventually glitter's gonna get pretty I mean it could get pretty pricey. So you might also wanna think about getting your makers set up for the long term.
Do we are we still? I don't know if you guys have debated or changed any of this, but like for the Guildcrest insignia, are they still using glitter for the raffle? I mean the auction system for that?
There's been a lot of discussion on that. We haven't put out any updates on that since the last uh, Gotchiverse Bible, but I think yeah, we'll be revisiting that fairly soon.
Yeah, because you figure that's going to burn a lot of glitter too.
Yeah, I think it's good to have let's get the farm release, going and give it a month or two to see exactly what is going to happen. And like we're waiting for the market to kind of react to it and see. Obviously, there's a big appetite for glitter right now, and then we also need to see what's going to happen with the Friends glitter. it could just get to a point where glitter is almost too expensive, which is, I mean, that's probably a good problem to have.
Might be too expensive for upgrading, but it still might have other use cases, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it last night, and it's like, yeah, it might become too expensive, but I'll lament about that on like Caribbean.
Some friends are having some issues with the sprinting. I will get that reported.
Yeah, the sprinting is nice, especially when you're off-road and you're trying to, you know, like I can zoom across my spacious now. It's crazy how fast you go. But this gotchi is high energy, so technically this gotchi is not going to be as fast as a gotchi that has low HP, right? Or I mean low energy, because that'd be higher HP.
Well, it's not the speed. So the max speed will, well, depending on your wearables as well, but the health, like the HP region would just determine how long you can sprint for. It wouldn't determine the actual speed.
Stamina.
Yep.
So ideally, if you want a gotchi that wants to zoom around the gotchiverse effortlessly, you would want to have a high HP gotchi with a wearable set that boosts your movement speed, probably.
Movement speed, and yeah, you might high regen. There would be a kind of a balance between high HP and high HP regen.
Oh, there goes that hot zone spilled. Ooh, that's a big keg. Let's grab all this.
How's the game for you guys? Is it pretty smooth?
Yeah, running smooth.
Movement.
I'm using the controller, and it's working pretty well. I haven't set up the controller though for sprinting yet. I can take my time picking up this Alchemica until other gotchis come.
How long are we going to be able to mint the fountains for?
They have a couple more days. Wednesday will be the cutoff for the fountain.
And then we get a new Crafting Wednesday installation.
Yeah, I think that we got not necessarily an installation, but we got something coming up for you guys.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll say thanks for reminding us all that the rugs are going to run out, because I bought those rugs at the last minute, and now there seems to be a lot of demand for rugs. So I'm just holding them tight.
Nice.
You bought some rugs, like the mythical or godlike rugs, or?
Oh no, I wish. I'm talking about the purple and cyan.
Ah, the grass. Gotcha.
Yeah, the grass. Sorry, not rugs, grass.
I was like, dang, you balled out at the last minute, because I know you were spending a lot on your structures. So.
Yeah, actually, I was in talks to try to trade for a mythical rug, but I didn't go for it. Oh, I guess while we're up here, because I'm feeling kind of degenous this morning, if anybody's interested and wants to do a parcel, drop a comment in the chat. I'll put up a humble, and we can roll the VRF and see what we get. I've won my first one, so now I'm feeling a little emboldened.
So many gotchis. Where did these gotchis come from? As soon as the spillover came, like literally, I want to say an army of 7 gotchis just showed up.
Are you live streaming right now?
Yeah.
So maybe they see where you are.
No, that's literally it. That's their strategy, sniping strategy. They just look at which parcels were.
Base.
My fan base, yes.
You weren't gonna get that spillover anyway, so give it away.
No, I pick up all my spillover, man.
Well,
I only have
but,
6
6
scotchies.
other days of the week, you wouldn't get it.
True.
It's good though. There's a lot of spillover today.
Yeah, that spillover was gone in no time. It reminds me of I used to go to the aquarium when I was a kid and watch the shark feeding. They would like do these shark feedings. That's what it reminds me of. It's like gone in 2 seconds.
You guys checked out the new Gotchiverse docs at all?
Yes.
Yes.
Looking real clean.
Oh yeah.
Especially the crafting recipes. So you don't have to go to the GitHub anymore or go to the spreadsheet. They're all here in the crafting recipes section of the docs.
I will say I did enjoy being able to get access to the spreadsheets from the GitHub for the recipes, so that I can just take them and then alter them, make them for my own purposes.
I've not seen the spreadsheets. So are there already pre-made spreadsheets for like Alchemica and crafting?
Yeah, like it'll show the recipe going from. I have one. Actually, I have it right here. This is the doctored version of it though, where I just basically cut out all the information I didn't need. So just like
Yeah.
FUD harvester with the full build cost to go from a level 1 up to a level 9, based on the FUD FOMO alpha KEK cost, and then I measured how much it would cost to just do a level 6 build, a level 4 build, but for each type of harvester, each type of reservoir, and then the overall cost to build out a level 6. Based in just Alchemica or a level 4. So it's very useful.
Oh.
You can just play around with that information without having to assemble it yourself.
Oh dang. Yeah, I'm not a huge like spreadsheets guy, but I can definitely, use one. So yeah, I'm gonna go find that. Or maybe I might hit you up after for the link if that's all right.
Yeah, I'll send you a copy of the one I have because
Yeah.
basically I cut out all the, because I told you yesterday, like we can see what the recipes will, like the proposed recipes at this point, the ones that aren't locked in for the lodges and walls, so that you can start kind of planning a little bit with that information, speculatively, like your build for the future.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think
those
that's
are
good.
unconfirmed, so I wouldn't take those too seriously. There definitely could be some changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at how Curly Fries comment. Mine kind of froze too. I just logged out quickly and logged back in, hoping that too much of my Alchemica wouldn't get picked up at that time. So, it seems to be good now. It was just the first couple channelings for me. It was freezing up a little bit, so I had to log out.
The channeling was freezing up?
Yeah, like when I would channel, it would just like freeze. Like the game would, like the gotchi and everything would just like freeze. So I had
If
to
that happens, can you right-click the screen and then click
inspect.
element?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then go to the console because there might be an error that will help us debug that. I haven't been able to reproduce that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If it happens again during my channelings here, I'll definitely get that error to you.
Yeah, I've been lucky. I mean, just little like tiny bits of lag, but just momentarily, no major issue. Where are we going? 19178. All right, next got you.
Yeah, that would be a big help if you guys are getting kicked out or frozen. I've never seen that happening before. Could be related to all the new animations, could be related to the sprinting. There's a lot of new stuff added today.
Yes, you were already up to version 3.5, like 4 or 5 other versions since the farm release on Wednesday. You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna empty. I have one of my clients has a full, I think, level 6 build already, so he gets a nice amount of Alchemica, but it fills up pretty quickly. I think he went on vacation, so I might have to empty it now. Let's see.
So you're able to empty the reservoirs and do all that stuff as an operator still, just as you were with altars, right? Is that how you're doing
If
it?
they give permission, yeah, as long as they give, right now we're doing it where they give permission to the borrowed Gotchi. So I'm using his Gotchi to empty his land. The only trade-off with that, which we've kind of been discussing, is that the Gotchi's rental agreement, the terms would be, whatever the split is for the challenge. If I use the same Gotchi, it's going to be the same for the reservoir. So
Ah,
right now that's at 15%. We've kind of agreed that that's okay because the reservoirs aren't getting as filled. Like it's not like it's thousands of Alchemica. Like if I was emptying Bearded's reservoir, it'd be ridiculous to do
maybe
15%.
maybe it'd be 5% then or something.
Yeah, or like because I was thinking in like 2 or 3%, but when we're doing it that low and you only have like 100 FUD, my percentage won't even cover my Matic fee. So
Yeah.
we're doing it like somewhere in that range, 15 to 20%. So I've only emptied it once, but never on a spillover day. So I guess this is going to be a whole new experience right now.
Yeah, it's like a
So,
little bonus. Cause have you been picking that stuff up or?
well, previously, like last week, I picked up the spillover from channeling, but this is going to be, a reservoir spillover. So, well, it'll be interesting to see what that looks like because it's a level 6. But stay away from my land. Stay away. I'm going to just change my screen so you can't see where I'm going.
You got 3 minutes until the YouTube preview will be live. Anyone wants to watch that together?
I'm just standing around this parcel.
Dev's
It's
going to be
gonna
looking into this issue with the freezing. I think we know where it's happening. We just need to push the fix for it now. So if you're getting that in the meantime, try turning off animate installations, and that might fix it. That might remove the issue for now. Yeah, it looks like it's the same issue for everyone. It appears to be related to an animation.
we've been talking about the SDK a lot lately. We actually got some pretty good replies for our Google form that we put out there during the Guild Summit. We had some great replies on what the SDK could potentially do. Um, have you guys been working on the SDK at all lately?
Since we just shipped the farm release, we're kind of in the entire team right now is kind of in bug fixing / optimizing mode for the
Oh
next
yeah.
couple weeks. We just want to reduce all the technical debt that we have and basically make sure that we're ready and set to go for the next big release. So it's been a big month of shipping. We're kind of just in bug fixing optimizers mode right now.
Optimizers.
And also just preparing for the next couple big releases. A lot of internal work right now happening. But SDK is still part of that conversation for sure.
Goobs, can you raise your hand? We're about to do a little. Maybe he did. Let me check. We're about to do a parcel war. We each have a humble up on the line, so I just want to, if we can talk through this, it would be cool.
We cracked open the GMI parcels last night. We got
He already
lucky.
opened it. All right, I'm opening mine now.
We got lucky on the alpha last night.
Here's my method. I always switch when I'm now rolling the VRF. I switch the gas to low because I feel like Sergey might reward my patience if I'm willing to wait a little bit to get the transaction through. So it's just wishful thinking.
Yeah, it gives Sergey time to think about what numbers he wants to give you, right?
Yeah, he's been kind to me so far, but I can always use more.
Does the opening a portal use the same kind of VRF call? Does it use it the same way as like a parcel opening, or is it used differently?
Here's a video on someone's channel here.
Okay, here we go. They're opening. Parcel number 42357. That's no futuristic.
Yeah, the one thing I just realized is we didn't say what would be factor.
Call the
We
pocket.
did check it last time, but we should call it now before they show. Mine is still not showing, so it's still leading. Keck and alpha. Okay, Keck and then alpha tie. Cool. I like that. That's I won last time. So, all right. Cool.
What constitutes a tie? The exact same number, or if they're just too close?
The exact same number.
Okay.
I guess also the thing is, like we were talking about, theoretically, we could, in a very it'd be like very improbable, but we could roll the exact same VRF roll for our Alchemica, right? That could happen like across the board, all four of them.
That is possible, yeah, I think.
It'd just be really, really improbable, but that would be really cool. Oh, okay, my server's in. I got wrecked. Oh man. I got 500 kek, so I'm just gonna get ready to send this over to Goobs. First, AAvegotchi.eth. What API are you talking about?
Yeah, everyone go like this video, give it a comment, get that algorithm pumping like our reservoirs go. For the culture.
I'm surprised that Goobs' parcel's still opening. I'm like, you're gonna get like, you have to get something higher. I think the number. I think that should be pretty easy, unless we both get wrecked, and that would be funny. What is it? Whoa! You got less kek than me.
Who is that lady who narrates? She does a great job.
But look at this. We got the same amount of alpha. You got way more FOMO than me, and you got a little less FUD, but I beat you out by about 10% in terms of kek. So, GG, friend. GG.
Your method of low Gwei, you might be onto something there. Or maybe it's just a self-reinforcing confirmation bias.
I'll do it. That's 2 for 2 on degen behavior this week, so I'll take it.
Who's the lady that does the Gotcha You videos? She does a good job. Hello?
I believe that is Nicole. Maybe not though, but okay. Before it was Nicole from the Gotcha Gang community was doing it, but I guess it's not her. Sometimes she does it though. But yeah, this lady has a nice voice too.
Yeah, and good job. I'm a little surprised today. I joined 15 minutes late, so I didn't hear anything. But all of a sudden, I saw people sprinting, and I saw really cool animations with Alchemica dropping, and the sounds that appear when Alchemica is nearby is very cool. And also, I don't know if someone channeled or something, but there was a big spillover on one parcel. I don't know if he had like a level 9 altar, but is that why? I'm just wondering.
It could be a reservoir.
Oh, okay, maybe it was high level because everything
Yeah.
was on top of it.
Yeah, I had a level 6 altar that I just was taking too long, and I wanted to do the portal war, parcel war, so I just walked away. So if you're I forget what districts it's in. I think it's near Billionaires Row. It's in one of the alpha fields. There's probably a whole bunch of Alchemica just sitting there. So feel free
So
to
on,
go and
so on Saturdays we stalked the whales.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Bearded? We need him to. I want him to hit that reservoir.
We just get a whole gotcha gang follow him.
I wonder if there's a way on chain to like measure a certain token ID, get like a notification chain when it enters the verse and where it enters. So like if Dr. Wagme or like Bearded or Mark Zeller, if that token number for their main gotcha goes in. I mean, it'd be easy to, prevent people from knowing by using different gotchis, but it would be cool to be able to like track Bearded as he moves around and like just pulling wealth with him through the gotchiverse. Yeah,
I
gotcha.
mean, you could definitely do that. You could see which ones he owns and which one was channeled last and which one he might be going on.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Not if you're him, but I mean, yeah, it wouldn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
My imagination keeps thinking of like a parcel mailbox where you can just leave like fan mail to someone and they open their mailbox and they see letters.
Yeah, I want that bad. Like a little mailbox, or like you said, the sign that we can write on the
Yeah.
land. That's gonna be really cool.
I mean, we know what the first thing we're going to see on that sign is.
Something completely safe for work. Yes, I know. Or it's gonna be people like high boost parcel, lowest
Yeah.
floor, DM for offer. Sir Linkius, are you? I don't know if you were joking last week. We were talking about this during our GM, but do you actually own the parcel to the left of the GMI?
No, I don't know who the dude is. I was just joking.
Okay, yeah, because now we have to get it, like, because it's like a threat vector.
Guys,
That's what I was
thinking.
talking about.
The mailbox, all of a sudden you start getting like either like buyout offers in your mailbox. You're like, what the heck?
Yeah, I'd love to be able to walk up to parcels nearby and just note, being like, "Hey, I want your land." That's a fine looking gnome you have over there. What?
Well, maybe when we have the district DAO, we could definitely vote to make sure the GMI parcel estate doesn't get compromised like that.
Well, let me ask. Like, our DAO is so well developed. Like, how far away in the game do we think we are before we get to district DAOs? Is that something that comes after? I guess we get to guild channeling and lodges, or is that something that will come before?
That's actually one of the things we have kind of queued up for the smart contract development, because the way we want to do that, we would prefer to have some sort of on-chain voting. Otherwise, every single DAO would have to create their own snapshot, which we're going to basically take over snapshot at that point, which might not be a bad thing, but it might be kind of annoying. So we're thinking of going the on-chain route and allowing an on-chain voting system where basically each guild, each district would be like just would have their own contract storage, and so essentially each parcel we'd have to figure out the formula basically, but it could be that one humble equals one vote, one reasonable equals 4 votes, and one spacious equals 16 votes. That would be one way to do it, just based on the size. And then on the contract side, it would be really easy. We would just say, okay, you have 10 spacious, so you get this much, or you have 5 humble, so you get this much. And then there would just be a simple voting process. And so what that would do is you would be able to vote for specific on-chain metrics, like we want to enable PvP in our district, or we want to enable spillover in our district, or we want all the spillover to go to a specific wallet, which is like a multi-sig, something like that. And that would all be on chain, and then we would read that on chain data in the game and act accordingly.
That'd be really cool. The idea of turning PvP on by district, or like creating a DAO bank or something like that. A treasury that we use. Would the DAO district DAOs be able to vote on stuff like removing roads?
Well, moving roads, I don't know, that'd be a little bit granular. You would definitely be able to, like, one idea we definitely have is to be able to improve the roads. So you could, the idea behind that would basically be spending glitter or spending some Alchemica to like improve the roads of your district. So you might, if District 1 has a lot of Alchemica, it's like a public good. You could spend some Alchemica to improve your district and make it fancier. And yeah, Jesse said naming roads could also be a very interesting one.
Yeah, I'm just angling to try to get rid of this road, this very tiny road between spaceships that are adjacent. So I'm slowly, doing my propaganda. Get rid of the road.
Or you could maybe set up some sort of toll booth gate. So it's like if you want to get through that part of the road, you gotta pay up.
Yeah.
Where I'm at, I'm basically where am I at now? Right now, which district is this? I just grabbed a random level 3 that I'm going to channel on. This isn't District 39 that I'm in. Yes, I do want to tear apart neighborhoods and families. That's my plan. I was talking about this on my live stream the other day. Much gotchi rental work I put into like the market of moving gotchis. I'm technically like a gotchi trafficker. I mean, the gotchi vault's a way worse, gotchi trafficker, but I am a gotchi trafficker if you think about it. Every day, hundreds of gotchis pass through my hands, channeled and then pushed back into the ether. At least they get pet on the way out, right?
Yeah. I just got an update from the dev side. They said the spillover is up, but there is a queue, so it's not being like handled immediately, kind of backed up.
Ah, okay. Because I was gonna say I've channeled 2 parcels in the last bit, but I've been waiting.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't seen the spillover yet, so I'll
Yeah,
hang
there's
around.
a lot happening. We're getting slammed, I think.
I'll hang
I'm just
around
trying to
for
channel
this.
level 3s now, the ones that I need to use so that they're ready for later tonight by the end of my live stream. So I'll double back and see if the Alchemica is there. But this means the map is gonna get in like pretty quickly. Would the spillover that's like kind of stacking up now be staggered release, or you'll drop, create mayhem
It's
on
just gonna, as it processes the queue, it'll drop it. There's just more spillover coming in than is going out. It's faster to coming in than it's going out. So that's why the queue is getting backed up.
So theoretically, if we all channel or empty our reservoirs now, like as quickly as possible, this spillover, because it's going to be queued, could last way beyond the point of the end of this hangout, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know they're working on some recycling a little bit to help move through it faster, but it could last for longer.
All right, guys, you know what to do. Shadow.
Queue is spillover queue.
So has the team I guess compiled any data in terms of how much farmed yet? Or I know like Eitri has put out some stuff, like there's only 2 level 9 full farming setups in the whole Gotchiverse. Does the team have like data that it's compiling and kind of observing and seeing any trends or anything like that?
So it's been ECC last week, so we are a little bit light. But once the next week begins, we'll probably do a little bit of looking into that. But typically, we always like to look at the community built tools. So if anyone is building those kind of tools, that really helps a lot. So like it can't be all Pixelcraft building all the different analytical tools. We do like to look at things, but you guys have uh, tons of time as well to, collectively. So there's a lot of really interesting things that could be built as far as analytics go, and that's exactly what the DTF probably would be open to supporting. So if you have like a great idea for a tool, or you want to continue working on yours and extending it, I think probably should reach out for a grant from the DTF, because that stuff is very needed in the ecosystem, especially as we get more and more a sophisticated economy. We need to have these kind of insights into what's happening.
Yes, Dr. Wagner says DTF should just start sending Ghost at this point. I agree. Do that with the Wagner Warriors. Do that with the. I think First AAvegotchi has a website. Any of those websites that are useful to us, like I definitely.
Liquidator Chase, that's gonna be exciting. He's building like a AAvegotchi.games, I think it's called.
Ooh, Food Bear has a good question. Coder Dan, any idea on parcel roles?
You broke up, but I think you were asking in the bazaar.
Yeah, seeing the the VRF role for a cracked open parcel.
Yeah, the subgraph is currently being upgraded for that. So once that's done, we'll be able to add it to the front end next week. Takes a little that subgraph takes a while to update. So we have to have that fully updated before we can update the UI. And once that's done, I know a lot of people are also going to be updating their tools with it.
I would assume we're like one of the highest used Chainlink projects this week, right? Like I assume our traffic is like through the roof for them.
I would imagine, yeah. Let's see what I haven't looked at the VRF for our little dashboard recently. Let's see. This might be a fun tweet. 6,058 fulfillments. We've spent 33.36 link, and there's 8.75 link left in the contract. So we'll have to top that up soon.
Not bad.
6,000 VRF calls within like 100 hours, I guess. Pretty cool. If anyone wants to see those numbers over here. Yeah, where Sergey is finally getting his tech is finally paying for itself. He's made 33 links so far. Right.
That's like 10 Big Macs. Did you guys see Chainlink's recent tweet recently, where if you retweet and buy the ticket for SmartCon, you have a chance to have a Big Mac with Sergey? This was an actual Chainlink tweet.
There was a funny, interesting video. I don't know if you guys watched Chico Crypto, but he went into, is Sergey Nazarov Satoshi Nakamoto? I was like, oh man, there's kind of some evidence. He might just Sergey might just be trolling, but I don't know. There's definitely some evidence.
It was part of those original cypherpunks and stuff, right, with Bitcoin and stuff. So I don't know, maybe. There's like old pictures of him, like with like all these like OG Bitcoin guys. So.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's Elon Musk. That's another theory that's been floating around.
I don't think it's Elon.
Yeah, he a dummy per Musashi.
He's
Also, that beard you have is on point. You had the crazy shaman beard yesterday when we were doing our GMI call. I was like, oh shit, that's right. So I think me and Goobs are gonna do another part. I'm just waiting for confirmation.
Another parcel war. Here we go. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep my low gas method going.
You could do a best of 3. Do 3 parcel openings. Winner takes all.
Yeah, I think I still have like 76
Clean them out.
or 70 parcels that are unopened. So I'm taking my time opening them because I want to treat them like everyone's gonna be a fun experience. You know, I don't want to rush through it. I want to really enjoy it. Okay, so let me find I have to find a reasonable that is unopened. I also have to make sure I'm not breaking up a state and not realizing it. Okay, I think this one became spending market. This is it's a reasonable ultra level 2 in district 42. Let me see if there's, I don't think I own anything over there. This might have been via a trade at some point, but I just want to make sure it hasn't been. Oh, gotcha. Verse won't let me in. All right, let's do this again.
You guys aren't aware, there's a little site we have called the feature request, and there's some ideas that have been dropped there. But if you guys ever have an idea for a feature you'd like to see in the Gotchiverse, this is a great place. You can drop it, and people can upvote your idea. Well, we mentioned this in the docs somewhere, but I think we probably need to emphasize it a little bit more. But kind of nice to see what everyone's thinking, and there's there's some very niche ideas on there, but it's pretty interesting to be able to have that outlet.
Could you touch on the NPC aspect? I know you brought that up once, where we might be able to actually, this might not be early SDK, but eventually, like create NPCs on our parcel. Will these NPCs be able to like move around, perform actions, or will it be more like a thing you can put on your parcel and someone can walk up to it and, you know, maybe there's some dialogue or something?
Yeah, most likely the initial ones will kind of just be more kind of like kiosks. You'll be able to walk up to them and have some simple, you can program some simple dialogue, some simple actions. Like, for example, if you wanted to, if QuickSwap wanted to make like a QuickSwap plugin, they could have a kiosk where you can go and do a swap within the Gotchiverse, or kind of to learn about the lore of QuickSwap or something like that. Or Aave could do something where they could have you can go and convert something into an A token right there, or just like chat with them.
It would be cool to take some of our media from the early, you know, before the Gotchiverse and clip that into little bite-sized pieces, and then you can go up to this thing, you can listen to like an early recording of like pre-Gotchiverse. Like an AAvegotchi archivist NPC. We have lots of footage, so like we could do that.
And that's the SDK is going to also open up the possibility of finally having actual DAO voting happening in the Gotchiverse, which is where I really want to get. We still want to have DAO Square, where all the different voting can be happening right there. So you don't even have to go to Snapshot. You can just walk over and do your voting right there. See all the proposals live. Maybe people can leave comments and stuff on them right there in the Gotchiverse. So have more of a discussion on all the different ideas that people have.
Dang, I just posted a screenshot of one of my built up, like he went ham, I guess, this morning and built up parcels. So I think he's at level 6 on the parcel. He was talking about going to level 9. I don't know if he did, but I don't think he did because the numbers aren't high enough. But it's still like per day, the yield is really nice. I'll just have to empty it twice a day though, which is fine by me. Are people still locked out? I'm in the Gotchiverse. I mean, I locked. Hefe, are you in the Gotchiverse or did you get booted?
I see 874 people in the game.
Yeah, I'm just logging back in. I had to switch gotchis. I'll be in here in a sec.
With the guys, you know.
I'm in the Gotchiverse, no
Oh,
issues.
wow. So I see here, if you do the debug console, it says map Alchemica, 13,818, and then it has the multiplication control. So is that like, we're talking, that Q is, which number is the Q? Is it the second number?
Yeah, I would imagine.
So the first number is what's on the map. So there's something over, like, in Q, there's almost 20,000 Alchemica, but there's still 13,000 sitting on the map.
Oh yeah.
It means that we're not collecting it fast enough. Yeah, because the map Alchemica keeps going up,
Now I froze.
and the queue is kind of stuck.
Yeah, the map is it keeps going up. 'Cause I think the capacity is 25,000.
Yeah, because it's at almost 34, 35,000 now. Oh, the numbers are usually the same, Zico is saying. Okay, so I guess the difference in the number is what's actually not there. Dang, Dr. Wagner, 72.28 glitter per block. That's amazing. And you're not upgrading. So, I mean, I assume you're not upgrading. I also saw you put screenshots of, I guess, altars that you were upgrading. They all look like they were in the they were still going through the upgrade, like you didn't spend the glitter, which is probably the move at this point since so much of it's being destroyed.
Yeah, good job on your Twitter Spaces last night, Wagme. I listened to the replay. You guys had some good discussion. I'm not gonna say Dr. Wagme's strategy too out loud, but it's pretty smart.
Okay, I'm surveying this parcel now. Oh crap.
Harambe posted that screenshot. Those fountains look amazing in the middle of those portal parcels. Or no, those are which tiles are those? I think that's the AAvegotchi, or no, the Gotchiverse tile. That looks super cool.
Yeah, that's the 100% Veblen flex right there. He does. He has not a single farming unit on there that I know. I think. Well, it looks like he might have added a couple installations, but it's just all about Harambe on this. I love. That's dope. Okay, waiting for the roll.
We gotta do like an MTV Cribs. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
MTV
Yeah,
Cribs
so-
for the Gotchiverse.
Sorry to break the chat here, but we got some incoming alpha coming up very, very soon, so you might want to strap in.
Oh, here we go. I'm ready for the alpha.
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday. It's like we don't expect alpha, but we kind of always expect alpha. So it's like it becomes a thing. Like you can't miss them because you might be missing huge updates and you fall behind. That's good that it's like streamed and recorded by a few different people though for that reason. But it's like, damn, you can't miss it because even if you miss it by a couple hours, there might be market moves based on some of this information.
Whose hands were rubbing? That was really loud. Whose hands were rubbing?
I think that was me, but yeah.
Have you guys seen Stars? I think the guy's named Star. His parcel. He has
Dude, that parcel is sick.
he's all in
so
the
good.
alpha.
Oh,
Hey, friends.
Hey, sir.
GM.
GM.
Yeah, it's kind of
Jesse
cool.
was getting. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, man. It's all good.
I was gonna say Jesse was getting parcel rated and stream rated on his parcel when he was trying to give like a little gotcha tutorial. He had some gotcha show up.
That was pretty cool. That was the best thing that could happen. So I actually was wanting to just start using the chat bubbles and talk with you guys more because that's just my natural inclination. But yeah, it was cool. It was nice for Nifty to have us on, Nifty Q. So it's very, very cool. I see some requests to speak. Maybe I pull a few new friends up. We got Jolters just raised their hand. And of course, Gotchi Emperor.
Yeah.
Dr. Wagme.
First off, AAvegotchi, that parcel looks beautiful. Like,
Yeah,
just
Yeah, I love the rug choice. Nice rugs.
like with the grass and the style of just the one tile that he's using. Perfect. It just like really it looks almost like a dollar bill. Like it's just money. That's what that parcel is. You walk by like money.
Welcome to the stage, guys.
Rarity Farming Season 4. The tweet has
There
just
it is.
dropped. Alpha.
Yeah, you guys voted for it in July. We're gonna
There
get it in
is.
there.
1.5 million ghost. Let's go.
Yeah, no small number there. It's gonna be epic.
Okay. Good thing I got those mythicals at the bottom. Hopefully. Come on, let's pump that so I can sell one of them and build a land empire.
There's the little cheat sheet. If you guys haven't looked at the article yet. Is it anyone's first rarity farming season? I know we have a lot of OGs in here, but is this anyone's first time rarity farming? Ollie. Sweet. Awesome.
Whoa, nice.
First time rarity farming. And FaZe. Nice.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, welcome to the party.
It's always a good time. Best leaderboards in town.
Oh,
We got the longest tails, the biggest payouts. What's up?
Yeah, the payout and the distribution is identical to RF3, so nothing, no surprises there.
We have some people asking, Rarity Farming Season 3 badges. Are those going to be just batch sent out when we do the Season 4 kind of badges?
Yeah, those will be going out. We're
Yeah.
finally, we got those ready to go. Those should be pretty soon. There's just been a massive backlog of stuff, but those will be going out pretty soon, I think.
Nice. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
So we dropped some XP today, and we'll be dropping some more tomorrow and probably the next couple days. There's a lot of XP to drop.
Yeah, I was wondering. I know I was on a call on Twitter, I think, with Dr. Wagame, but I know he had talked a lot about whether or not, you know, things were going to progress with Pixelcraft with only taking from the DAO. So, what you guys thought about that?
What was that? Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch the
Yeah,
question.
these badges are amazing. I think these are my favorite badges so far. These are amazing. Great job, Zbot, with these epic badges. They're gorgeous.
Yeah, they're super
Dang.
nice.
Are those the Season 4s?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, there's the 4s. That's the top 100 for rarity, top 100 for kinship, and XP. And then, of course, the ranked badge. If your Gotchi can just rank in any of the leaderboards over those 8 weeks, you're going to earn yourself at least a ranked badge.
Those gotchis with all 4 are looking kind of rare now.
Mm-hmm. start looking in those pockets. We're gonna need like a dedicated pocket viewer, or some. You could build a whole mini game around just badge collecting.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, that would be really fun. I mean, that makes me think of these NFT displays. Um, what is that gonna kind of look like? Like, how are you guys thinking about NFT displays? Is that like I click on the installation, and I'll be able to see in the Gotchiverse like the actual NFT, or is it gonna take me to like another like pop out window or something to look at it?
So you'll be able to walk around and it'll show up in the Gotchiverse. And when you click on it, there will be a pop-up that you can go and there'll be like view it in the bazaar, view it on OpenSea kind of thing. And then most likely there'll also be, if it's for sale in the bazaar, we'll also have like a buy it right now button.
Well, basically, you should build a shop inside the Gotchiverse. And you'd be like, yep, I want that.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is when the foot traffic becomes kind of important. If you're in a good strategic spot where you're getting lots of people around you, it'd be a good place to advertise your wares.
Like a small NFT bazaar.
Yep.
That is very cool. That's some alpha
People
right
might
there.
Actually, they might actually, like, if you have a good spot, they might come up to you and be like, "Hey, could you advertise my NFT for like a week or so?" And it could be a little revenue stream.
Well, I'm just excited now because I can put my rare Pepes in the Gotchiverse. And also, we have some like native AAvegotchi art too that I'm kind of looking forward to putting in the Gotchiverse. Having a mix of different things for people to look at.
Yeah, it's we'll have to do the rollout for that. Will be like we're not gonna let any NFT be listed because we know what's gonna happen if we do. So it probably will be fairly exclusive, but I'm sure there'll definitely be some collections that can get whitelisted for the Gotchiverse.
Yeah, I see it being a little more curated than just like anything on OpenSea can come in day one. So at least initially, the rollout, we want to prioritize the kind of aesthetics and the types of communities and other NFT projects that fit with what we're doing at AAvegotchi. So we can all decide what that is together.
That's smart. Yeah, curation's important for sure.
Am I the only one that's like frantically delisting everything you had?
What are you delisting?
What do you mean?
Wearables. Like
Variables.
it was like, oh wait, what am I doing?
Hey, what was cool in the Gotchiverse documents on that little website, just from a technical perspective, because there's no really rush for it or need for it right now, but how hard would it to be to implement voice chat? Because I saw that
Pretty,
was
yeah, pretty difficult. I mean,
it's such a
there's
large
some like
map.
if we want to roll it ourselves, it's fairly technical. But we'll be looking into some other like third-party solutions that handle it. We also might roll it ourselves, but it is a pretty difficult thing to do on a large scale. Like if you want to have one-on-one chat, it's pretty easy. But for voice chat, every player you add in is a exponentially more like bandwidth that's being transferred.
Yeah, for sure. There's no really need or rush for it right now, but it was very cool that just an implementation that's noted. Would it be like local? So like
Yeah, they'll be local, they'll be global, they'll be district, they'll be guild. We have lots of ideas for voice chat.
yeah, that's game changing. We won't even be in the Discord anymore for Saturday Hangouts.
Right on, exactly. I mean,
That's the end goal.
That's
Yeah.
the dream right there.
We want to get to a point where everything's happening in the Gotchiverse, but communication's like a whole subcategory, a whole vertical to work on.
The chat bubbles have been really useful though. I've had many
Mm.
conversations, like being in the Gotchiverse, like during our hangouts, during District 420. It's just created this vibe, and I think it was much needed. So I'm really liking that.
But if anybody has any feedback on how to further improve it, we definitely welcome it.
I really like the parcel mailbox idea that's been brought up. It's not really like chat bubbles, but maybe having a small installation where you can, put a little message in for someone, to read on their parcel. That'd be kind of cool.
Could be another sync. You had to spend Alchemica to either craft or send it, stuff like that.
Yeah, parcel mailbox would be cool.
Have you guys put that on Canny yet? Let's get some love for the Canny feature requests.
Oh, Canny, right? Canny.io. Yeah, I'm happy to see the mailbox is so popular. That's awesome. I'm a big fan myself. Anything that improves communication, there's like long distance communication, long form messages, instant chatting, localized, global. It's so cool to have all these different levers to play with, and we fine tune it till you can kind of communicate the right message to the right person regardless. You have all these options in the world. I also want the broadcast radio tower. That's the big dream.
Yeah.
Huge.
gee.
Yeah.
That's my installation of choice.
There'd be people just talking all night on the radio, and you get to just listen while you're farming.
Well, see, with this message system, like I'd be interested if it was on chain from like as opposed to signing it and just leaving it. That would be really cool. If not, I would just walk around the guy just randomly in people's mailboxes just because you could, right?
Yeah, would you guys want that to be on chain, or would it be okay to just have it off chain?
I mean, having it on chain would be cool because then I can know who like stalking me. They keep coming to my parcel and leaving me messages versus it being like kind of that would just be fun, like crypto decentralized thing. I don't think it's actually necessary. It probably will lead to a whole bunch of like garbage transactions, but I mean, I'd be cool with it. It'd be a cool tech.
Hey, if we're burning out Alchemica.
Is there a way to tie it in with Lens protocol? Like maybe someone builds a DApp on Lens that's like the mailbox parcel DApp in the Gotchiverse.
In general, Lens integrations would be pretty cool. I just haven't spent enough time on there. Set up my account. That's about it.
They have a Lens tube now, which is sort of, as it sounds like a YouTube. I haven't got a video up there yet, but I definitely plan to use that, to put up some Gotchiverse videos and stuff on Lens. You can actually use Lens right now. You can link it to your Twitter, so every time you tweet on Lens, it'll automatically tweet through to your Twitter account, so you don't have to use Twitter anymore. You can just use Lens, and it'll just get like copied and tweeted out on Twitter. Yeah, Choina, you've been collecting those tweets. I've collected a couple now, some fundraiser ones. They were like a couple Matic. But I can't wait till like well-known artists start to like tweet on Lens and have things you can. I can't remember what the term is. I think it's mirror. You can mirror the tweet. So you pay a little bit of Matic, whatever they've requested, and then you can mint it essentially as an NFT.
As if you haven't already, definitely go over, give this video a thumbs up, give it a comment. I see we've almost broken into the top 100 for metaverse keyword, and NFT game looks like we're top 50. So slowly breaking through. If we can start getting into like the top 10, top 20 for those, that'll be really awesome.
Let's all go comment on that video, because I think the YouTube algorithm treats one comment as like 10 likes. It like weighs it a lot more. So it's one way to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch for the second time on my other browser now.
Right, yeah, that's another way to do it. That watch time.
Do what I can. Plus, it's a great video. I really love how smooth it is, and I feel like this is one of those where it doesn't it really strikes a balance between like overwhelming somebody and just looking like, oh yeah,
Hi
this is something I
friends
want
and
to check
welcome
out.
back to Gotcha You.
The maker bots just add a lot of personality, I guess. I'm a sucker for the maker bots.
So beautiful. Whole aesthetic about everything. Colors, sound that you guys are implementing in the game. Really vibe with it.
I feel like I've missed out on the sound because on my computer, because I'm streaming, I have to keep the sound off. So I haven't what the Gotchi versus sounded like ever at this point, other than I guess maybe when I hear through people's Discord. I'm missing out. What's happening?
You're definitely missing out, man. I think you should be recording some of these sound.
The brain in the background.
I think you should be recording some of these sound bites and be doing. You could do some fun stuff with it, like the
Unmute it if it like explodes my sound system real quick.
the parcel survey. When next time you're surveying your parcel, unmute it and listen to the parcel survey sound. It is dope.
All right, I'll survey this parcel right now.
What's so exciting is they said eventually each harvester reservoir might have their each different sound based on the Alchemica.
I didn't get a sound. Do I have sound off?
Yeah, it should.
How is this bar? Are you guys able to sprint?
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's pretty trippy. Holy crap.
Also, no futuristic. There's a sound when a Alchemica drops nearby you now.
Oh, I didn't know that either. See, like I'm just like walking around the.
Is that the little dink sound I keep hearing?
Yeah.
I thought I was starting to find it a little bit annoying actually. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it lets me know gold's nearby.
Yeah, I don't mind it too much as long as it's not consistent.
It's gonna like operantly condition people though. Like whenever if they hear that kind of pitch or dink, they're gonna think Alchemica's.
I think you can sprint on a road, right? Like, yeah, when you go onto the road, I think it is stopping, but you can then reinitiate your sprinting. Yeah, we'll get that fixed. Yeah. Yeah, sprinting is super fun.
It just feels so satisfying too. It's like if you're trying to get to some keck, you know, and your health bar is high enough, you might get there faster now. So it gives us a little bit of an edge against because I figured it'd be difficult for a bot to implement sprinting at this point, right? Like eventually, yes, but at this point, it'd probably be.
It'll be a little bit difficult for them, I feel, because they have to kind of fine tune it so they don't blow through all of their sprinting at once.
I think that's my sound effect. I've turned down.
Once it's out, it's out. They don't have to wait for it to recharge.
Strategic sprinting.
Whereas a human might be able to out sprint them.
How does this roll look? This is for a reasonable. Oh, good alpha. Okay, cool. Yeah. Be another alpha farm.
Dr. Wagme, you came on stage, right? Did you want to chime in, say hi?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
Yeah.
Hang out with the crew.
Welcome.
I'm kind of sad I don't have my farm fully built out yet to reap the advantages of spillover today, but I'll get there.
Yeah, these things take time to set up, implement, and execute.
Yeah, I've been trying to do like focus one parcel a day to upgrade, just so I can keep it consistent, keep the build. Because I feel like if I build all like small all across the board, it's going to become more difficult to manage 50 parcels that need to, that are only given a little bit of spillover or a little bit of Alchemica versus just one or two that are like kind of maxed out, and then I could slowly add another and then another.
Maybe to save yourself some glitter and some Alchemica and some time, maybe just build reservoirs, to get ready for those new parcels that you might be building on.
The thing is with the like the reservoirs, you can build a expensive glitter wise as you start to go up, like much faster than the reservoirs from what I've noticed. So at this point, it's a race against time. That's why the glitter is so important. And it's like, yes, it's gonna like everyone's burning it. The maker bot's gonna come into play at some point, but it's like, I feel like I have to upgrade kind of quick. I have to upgrade quickly. Like it's just time is of the essence. The longer I wait, the harder and just more difficult it's gonna become. So it's like trying to focus and get everything built up as fast as possible, but at least one at a time.
Big Kilo Mangachi Space made a good point. If we're like thinking long term, way down the line when glitter is expensive, if the Alchemica prices are a little higher than what they are right now, we'll be talking about how we upgraded our, our harvesters for like tens of dollars, and they might be like hundreds to do at that point. Unless you have a maker bot that's been upgraded. Like that glitter cost is definitely gonna be a bigger part of like your cost in the future. Like I definitely see that. Right now, it's not so bad.
One of the fun variables I'm thinking about is how to control the liquidity pools for glitter as farming ramps up and emissions increase. How many of those people are going to be putting their funds back into the glitter pools? And there's going to be those of us that are Alchemica heavy right now have a lot of the LP for glitter. But if we just hold it like that, right, everyone else is going to catch up with the Alchemica they're getting from their farms. So there's going to be a sweet point, like where the kind of curves meet, where you need to start building and getting your Alchemica stores up in order to keep up your LP position, if not grow it some more. So the hold glitter strategy is great, but it's not a permanent strategy because you'll see your yield go down slowly over time.
Yeah, that's a good point when you take the glitter into account. That's where maybe starting the MakerBot early and maybe not upgrading it aggressively initially, but having it there, at least a level 2 maybe, maybe even level 3, and just having it there and using it alongside glitter right now might be advantageous.
And there's a lot of fun calculations to make on which build takes the most glitter or least to use, and then building your strategy around it. I know I won't be building any makers, but depending on your build, it could be smart.
Would you say the makers only, like, people with only a spacious parcel they're building out fully should be focusing on a MakerBot? Do you see any reason why someone with a humble or reasonable would be using a MakerBot?
I definitely don't see that. Right now with glitter at their current prices, it doesn't make sense to have a MakerBot, but in my opinion.
Yeah, if you could market buy glitter at these prices, I mean, I have my market buy destroyed like millions of glitter every day because it's not that much money. Talk to me 6 months from now when I'm paying 20x what I'm paying now, then the maker makes sense. But for right now, it's like burn, baby, burn. Plus, I like also the deflationary thing that we're adding to it. This is a fixed supply, so I love the idea of like helping to destroy it because the LP is just going to become more valuable over time. In my thoughts.
Yeah, for sure. I just really, really love glitter a lot, and having a fungible asset coming out of the Ghost token that's not on a curve is really great, and just adds so much support both for Ghost and for Alchemica value. As it's tough to make a decision on what to do, and that means things are pretty well balanced right now. It makes me optimistic about our tokenomics moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there should ever be like one, complete alpha strategy above them all. There's like many different pathways, even for different sizes of bags too, which is, like you said, I think it's a sign of a balanced, ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, I faced that choice when I had some liquidity this like to earn friends. And I was like hemming and hawing, which one is like the better choice? Because it's like right now they're both kind of. I know the APYs are a little different. There's not like a raffle coming up, but getting friends is always good because there will be a raffle, and if then that will help. So ultimately I went with glitter, but just because I'm building right now, I'm not. I have raffle tickets, but it still was like I had to sit there and kind of hem and haw a little, figure out like which yield do I want,
Yeah, for sure. And I think we'll need to think about our glitter emissions moving forward. Are we paying Alchemica LPs too much right now in glitter? And are we incentivizing the Ghost USDC in the Ghost pairs well enough? Do we need to make those more attractive? Because I want people to build and spend in the Gotchiverse, and like right now in my case, I'm incentivized not to do that, and that's perhaps a sign that we're overpaying the Alchemica LPs.
Well, the Alchemica LPs aren't really very deep right now, but maybe I'm a little surprised that they are only about 350K, I think, worth of Ghost and Alchemica. I was hoping they would be a little bit higher than that, but
If you put the APYs up, people are gonna go nuts. Just don't put the APYs up. We want to keep collecting our glitter yields.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday during our GMI calls. And it's like that's the one blessing. Like we're kind of like shielded by that because it's like we have a like legit working DeFi farm system that isn't being like bled to death.
yeah.
I'm obviously not complaining. I'm just thinking out loud about it. I am interested in we've talked about the DAO providing additional liquidity as it has some Alchemica set aside. I think as we see some attractive prices, it could be a good time to put another tranche of liquidity in. Any thoughts on that, Dan?
Oh yeah. On the DAO side, I don't have many thoughts, but Pixelcraft side, we did put a tranche in probably about a month or so ago, I think, which did help find some support for, especially for I think it was Alpha and Keck. We put a fairly significant amount of Ghost in, and FUD and FOMO we didn't really have as much Alchemica because those weren't being used as much. But we probably have a decent amount that we could put in if we think that the glitter emissions are too high, I guess right now. That would be one lever that we could use. Or the DAO could also, step up, and the DAO has a lot of Alchemica just sitting around right now. Could be used for providing liquidity, but that would obviously dilute everyone's yields quite a bit.
We wouldn't have to stake the LP tokens, right? Like you can just put it in.
That's true. Yeah, you could just put it in and not earn glitter with it.
Right, that stabilizes the price and doesn't dilute the LP's yield. Was my thought. Add some depth.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad use of the Alchemica, I think. Let's see how much. If you go to, I think it's app.avegotchi.com/treasury, that tells you how much the DAO currently has. So they almost 10 million FUD, 5 million FOMO, 2.7 million Alpha, and 866,000 Keck currently in the treasury, and almost 5 million Ghost. So the DAO theoretically could, basically what we did, we took some of our Ghost and matched it with the Alchemica. So the DAO could also do that and basically take all that Alchemica, match it with Ghost, and then just have like a permanent LP position.
Right, and I don't mind impermanent loss as much when it's two native assets, like this case.
Yeah.
I got a lot of resistance from the DAO chat when I put the idea of liquidity forward. What downsides do you see of the DAO inserting some liquidity, a tranche, without doing the LP staking?
Well, obviously the main downside is just impermanent loss. Like, that would need to be calculated, and typically the reward kind of makes up for that. But if you're only earning the fees, although they might be fairly significant because there is a lot of trading happening. So if the DAO ended up being a fairly large chunk of the pool, it would earn a large chunk of fees as well, which definitely could make up for it. And it's since it's kind of a permanent position or semi-permanent, it would be fairly long term as well. So it would probably do pretty well on fees. And yeah, bigger, as Al says, deeper liquidity would encourage people to also trade a little bit more because they could trade with bigger amounts. We're also in chats. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but we would love to get quick rewards as well for the Alchemica pairs. But it's hard to say if that can happen or not. But it's something we are kind of working on.
Any updates on the GAX front?
No, not really. We've just been totally overloaded with other higher priority things, stabilizing the farming and the economy. But so far, no huge movement on the GAX.
Makes sense. It's working for now. Keep it going.
Yeah.
I would like to see, and I think you guys are already working on this, but the traits and, you know, start getting into the gameplay and maybe talk about arena stuff, PvP. I think those things
Yeah,
are going to
that's
be,
where we're going.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty stoked for those conversations.
Yeah, that's the next. I mean, that's the next thing on the roadmap. The next big bucket is traits in arena. Well, we're not going to call it the arena because it's more friendly, but PvP with gotchis will definitely will coming.
Are you guys 3D printing some of the weapons to try it out in real life and get some inspiration on how they can work?
I would buy a 3D printed Hanzo katana for sure.
Yeah, I would put that right on my wall. That would definitely go back there. Is the spillover still queued or caught up at this point?
See. Looks like it's just backed up, but it's going through. Gotchi Mark said it's going through like normal. It's just there's a lot of activity. Should be processing a little bit faster. Been thinking about an idea. I'll run it by it since we got everyone here on the call. What would you guys think about inviting other NFT projects to be able to join the Gotchiverse and look around as observers or just like hang out, not really having, you know, Aavegotchi functionality like picking up Alchemica or building, but potentially PvP.
I think it's a good idea. I think I like it. Like
I
if
wouldn't
it,
mind, maybe if you made partnerships or something, they can pick up the spillover, but maybe they have to pay an upfront cost to get in or something like that. Like, you know, they have to rent a cartridge or something. We put them through their system. But if, you know, I can get people in the cool cats to come in with a cool cat and walk around the Gotchiverse, I'm sure that amazing. People will love that.
Yeah, it's like, what will they do? I guess is the question. If they can't pick up Alchemica, because that's reserved for Aavegotchis, maybe they could. We could get some milk and we could drop it for them or something.
You
Well,
can do that.
Pick up the milk.
That
I
would
think
be amazing. I would say you can also appeal to people by saying, hey, like maybe if you don't have an Aavegotchi, you can't pick up the spillover. But if you have a cool cat, you can buy a piece of land and go through the farming aspects. But you don't get all the rights that, like, you're not doing rarity. Do, you know, all the OP things that an Aavegotchi owner could. But you can still
I see
take
the
part in the
building
farming.
should also be. You think that the building would also be like something that other NFT projects could do?
well, see, I'm thinking of it more like a event based maybe.
Yeah, event based would be cool too. I'm thinking lower rate of build. Like, hey, you can build. Your returns aren't going to be as cheap, but it's still going to be a good return. So it kind of gets these other people who are already in this ecosystem considering, hey, maybe I should upgrade to an Aavegotchi,
Hmm.
or paying 50 ghosts, which is like what, $80 to buy a piece of land and start a little farm on with your cool cat. I like the idea of airdropping the milk though. That would also appeal to people, like any native token from somebody else, as long as we can also kind of take part so we can get in on it.
I like how World Wide Web 3 did it with us. They invited us in for like I think it was a 1 or 2 day kind of event where you could run around and do some cool quests. But it was like quests kind of built around that you could do as a visitor, but they also had the more kind of, there's certain things that were barred off, right? Unless you were an actual landowner or like an investor in like the project. So like we could do something like that also to start out maybe, and then branch out into building land and stuff. But I guess we also have to consider, you know, people have sunk a lot of money into the Aavegotchi assets, so we don't want to just be like, oh, you can build on land and collect Alchemica and do 90% of the things you could do with an Aavegotchi without owning one. I think that's definitely something we should be mindful of. But like doing an event-based thing might be a good way to start out. Like, hey, come in here for a couple days and we're gonna drop some milk and we're also gonna drop some Alchemica and we're gonna do like a collecting quest or something, and then there'll be a prize, or like make it a very event-based thing, and then that way that allows you to rotate through multiple different partners and not have like a bunch of apes show up and then they're hanging around and we have cool cats, and then before you know it we have like 30 different projects hanging around in the Gotchiverse that it might just make things congested, or I don't know.
Yeah, the other aspect, maybe when we have the NFT display, that would be interesting. Like they could kind of all huddle around their NFTs. If they had like an NFT display somewhere, they could kind of like hang out with like beside that NFT, kind of show it to people in the game. But yeah, we would need to think of some use cases for why would we invite other people besides just like, hey, you can come in and walk around, but maybe they can like only pick up, like if they have a native token like milk, it's like you can only pick up milk.
Yeah, because if you're thinking about like the other side, they're talking about having that same, like they're in their system, I guess, with their whatever materials and copy pasta of us. They're gonna have it's been hinted that other projects, like in their trailer, they had cool cats in there, so that cool cats will be able to have an avatar in the game to actually play
Hmm.
the game. But I don't know if that means that it'll be a limited play experience or just the full mechanics of the game.
Man, I don't even know anything about the game mechanics of the other side. Like, what is it? It's just like, what is the game?
I don't know anything about it. I haven't really looked into bring into the cool cats into it. I'll look into it. But cool cats are talking about doing their own metaverse. That's probably going to be something similar with this improbable IO thing. So the cool
Yeah.
cats team is that they're more, they want to do stuff with the other side, but they're not super focused on it. They're more focused on their own thing. So I don't know a lot about it, but we do have a couple bored apes in here. I don't know if any of them are around and would want to talk.
I'm just curious. I mean, I saw their first trip and all that. Just trying to know, they don't. I haven't really seen. They don't have like a roadmap or like a gotchi verse like we have the Bible, where they kind of, or like a light paper. From what I've seen, like I don't really know what they're trying to accomplish with it, as far as it's a big world, open world. But what is the gameplay, I guess. So
I mean, it's being designed by the central kind of a central party of creators, right? Whereas I think the reason why we do have more transparency is because we're a DAO built game and we
yeah.
actually, we have a direct ties to the community building the game as well as you guys building the game. So that's why we do have the Bible, and there's actually a need for this, right? Like we need to know kind of what you guys are working on or what you're thinking of next, so we can start having conversations in the DAO and then actually make some decisions based on that. But there's actually no need for that in these other projects. Like they don't have a DAO. They don't need to consult with the community. They just have to deliver to them and make sure they're getting basically what they design.
I agree, but like I also like the issue that like with the cool cats, like they just launched this cat gathering thing, which would be like you send your cat to gather materials to build a house eventually. But they haven't given us any details about the utility of these materials or when, what other aspects of the game are coming out. It's not DAO driven, and they're very like they keep the communication sucks, like frankly. So it's like very difficult. Where here, like we are in constant communication. Like the CEO of Pixelcraft is on this call with us right now. The COO is on this call with us right now. Like that doesn't really happen over there, and it kind of depresses me because it's like I like the game, I like the project, but I like getting feedback is like trying to bang my head through a wall, and it's like just annoying.
And didn't we talk about this last night? It was like we see a lot of projects in this space that say we would like to be a DAO one day. We have hopes to be a DAO.
Yeah, Jesse dealt with that when we were Polygon Studios thing when you were on stage with those two other people, and you're like, "Yeah, we want to be a DAO." He's like, "No, we're already a DAO." And it's like, "Oh, that's part of our roadmap." And it's like, if it hasn't
Yeah,
happened already, it probably isn't part of your roadmap.
you either start as a DAO or you never become a DAO. It's like it's not something you can really transition to, I don't think.
Yeah, there was this amazing Twitter thread I saw. I wish I remembered who put it up, but it was about like the chasm between becoming like the start of a DAO and then becoming a protocol DAO. Actually, doing something and it's a net positive with the DAO versus like these like in development, just kind of starting. And I feel like we've reached that point already. We're definitely that protocol DAO where we're just like self sufficient and we're actually working and our voting process works.
Yeah, I mean, there's no perfect DAO, but we are there. I saw a tweet the other day. He was probably, I think it was like Degen Spartan, or there's a couple of people been bashing DAOs recently, saying like they're not functional. But I think we're a pretty functional DAO. They're out of all the DAOs out there, I think we've had like what almost 40 proposals, and generally there's been some major splits on some, which is very healthy, and then a lot of them just get passed, and they are great for the game, great for the protocol.
Yeah,
Great vibes.
yeah, and we haven't done anything stupid like try to buy a constitution or anything. We're still moving and building.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're a pretty conservative DAO in that aspect.
Our DAO will be evolving too, right? I mean, there's multiple phases. I remember reading a document early when I joined AAvegotchi that there's going to be multiple phases, and we're still in cocoon, right? We're still in the very much early development of the DAO, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And the next stage is metamorphosis. Maybe some people haven't heard of this before. Do you want to maybe just briefly just talk about like what does metamorphosis stage for our DAO look like when we get there?
Yeah, sure. So right now we're still relying on the ultimate goal is to basically be more like the Aave protocol, where they're basically at this point, at least on Ethereum network, they're generally 100% decentralized as far as the infrastructure. They vote on chain. The on chain voting has on chain consequences. There's no one that needs to be, managing the smart contract and running a script or something to upgrade a function. Everything happens because the DAO voted it to happen, and it happens atomically on chain. When that proposal passes, it goes through, and the contract updates. So that's where we would love to get, especially like piece by piece. We can start maybe with the Aavegotchi contracts, which are generally battle tested at this point. Those would be a great candidate to eventually just give over completely to the DAO and say it's up to the DAO to manage these contracts now. Like this is the Aavegotchi protocol, and one day the realm contracts could also maybe be moved into that as well. But right now it's everything is on, like it's voting off chain and then on chain execution. But the goal really would be to have pure decentralized off on chain voting and on chain execution. And then the other part is like our treasury is so underutilized right now. And I don't mean like it from an investment perspective. We need to be making purchases or investing in things, just like supporting the community. I think there's so much room for improvement on that. We have 5 million ghosts that is currently just sitting in the treasury. That a portion of that could be put to work and helping developers or uh, funding like projects. Obviously, we don't want to get too liberal with it, but there's definitely room for improvement on that. And that's also part of the metamorphosis process.
Do you think there's some sort of a disconnect between people not feeling like they can ask? Because like I've heard, we were at the Guild Summit, we heard all these cool ideas. I don't think any of those ideas were funded by the DAO. Like these are all passionate people going in, building their own projects. Like I wonder why are people not, I know with GMI we've had some funding for a few things already, but like we are literally the only people, I think, maybe aside from maybe one or two other projects, that have got funding, but we've never been denied funding. Like as long as the amounts are reasonable for what we're doing. So I don't know if it's a lack of awareness or if people feel like they can't ask. But we have definitely a bunch of cool builders in our community, and love to see some funds go their way so they can either accelerate their project with some extra help or at least feel like they're being acknowledged, being rewarded for their efforts.
Yeah, I don't know. Is maybe we're not being loud enough, like showing people how to apply. That's something I'm looking forward to with the V2, and also we do have some upcoming AAvegotchi protocol docs that we'll be working on soon as well. That should help streamline that a little bit. Right now, yeah, we've just almost finished with the Gotchiverse docs, which you guys have seen, and they're quite good. But we also want to do AAvegotchi protocol docs and really flesh those out.
I also agree with first AAvegotchi's comment there. I think with the incoming SDK, the NPC part should be given a thought by the DAO, people making experiences in the Gotchiverse. And that could also be another way we could fund these people is through the DAO to get them to continue building. Yeah, maybe there has to be some sort of like a awareness video, or maybe we can work together with the DTF to make some sort of informational video or poster or something to get the word out. How to request funding,
Yeah, I mean, that was a big part of my message at the Guild Summit, right? Like, if you can know who's signing on the other side, then it's easy to send the funds. So that's a big part of what might be a bottleneck for some right now, I see, while others are ready to go.
Well, also, Dr. Wagner explains a lot of that in the videos that we just released. So those are all out and on the GMI YouTube page for people to go check out from the Guild Summit last Saturday.
I think one opportunity for us would be to employ someone at least on a part-time basis, like this was like their job, as a project manager, and really facilitated communication between lots of different groups. I think so many of us, I work 60 to 80 hours a week as a physician. I just don't have time to like put the word out and like reach out to the groups. And everyone's busy. So having someone that did this full time and navigated those relationships, like established measures for projects and followed up on them, or like identifying people that are already doing work and then how we can partner with them to develop. I think we need someone, that we're paying full or part-time in that role. And if there's people in here that would be interested in that, reach out. But I'm curious on your guys' feedback if you think that would be helpful.
That sounds perfect to me. That sounds like a project manager's office lead or something, like basically PMO. It'd be really, really a great role to have.
Sounds like a lot
the
of hours. Maybe you should just become that guy and quit your doctor job.
I honestly don't know if you can afford me, but I can put in the application.
Yeah, I think so.
And review it myself, I guess.
Yeah.
With what you said you were taking in a day, I don't think it would be that hard to kind of semi-retire for a while.
I'm getting a new house, and like in my office, like on one peg is going to be my white coat, and on the other is my new AAvegotchi hoodie, and it's going to be symbolic when I can hang the one up for good.
Do all your doctor like friends know about this hobby?
Yeah, I've got a couple of them into it. I got a buddy that buys a wearable every week, and a lot of them are pretty skeptical. But yeah, I've had some good luck so far.
Cool.
Yeah, NFTs were a tricky one for me to understand initially, but once I had to kind of really figure out where the ownership aspect comes, and I'm like, oh, it's the proof on chain that you can always go back to and refer to that item, being associated with the proof on chain. That's what gives these things. That was like a light bulb moment for me, where I was like, okay, that's where I see these things get their value from. And then I saw AAvegotchi, where you guys take it another level and say, well, the assets are actually on chain also, along with the proof that that asset exists. The proof of the asset on chain. Like most NFTs are actually, it's an image hosted on a server or IPFS or Arweave if it's more decentralized, and then your NFT part of that is just the proof that it exists, with that proof on chain. The actual NFT is not on chain. But with AAvegotchis, it's kind of like, I don't know, it just feels a little bit more special. I wonder if we'll see more NFTs on chain. I know No Future, you were saying you talked with was it Microsoft person or at NFT NYC, and they were talking about 8-bit games or something like that. So I could see other companies saying, well, it kind of makes sense because we have our games are lightweight enough that we can put them on chain.
What did Microsoft and the other day?
Was that NFT Worlds that got rugged? Because Minecraft.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. If anyone knows anyone in the NFT worlds, I mean, I know they've got their own fanaticism over there, but if they're gonna try and pivot, I guess, to like running their own metaverse platform, but it's hard to like, I don't know. It's gonna be rough for them because like I remember reading their docs. The first time I learned about NFT worlds, I went into their docs and there was just this section that said, very ominous, like at any like basically we're held to the terms of the end user licensing agreement, and basically we could be rugged at any moment by Microsoft. It's like, oh my gosh, it's just like such an ominous thing to put in your documentation, because like I just felt like it's gonna happen at some point. Microsoft's either gonna buy them or they're gonna rug them.
The thing about them is the type of game they're playing isn't that all that far removed from what we're doing. They may really appreciate it, like a similar player profile.
Yeah, I've been talking to a couple of people from their community who are now onboarding and interested in AAvegotchi. So I think we could see some people head over.
It was also someone before mentioned DeFi Kingdoms. You got DeFi Kingdoms and NFT worlds. They're kind of, I think DeFi Kingdoms basically went to zero, didn't it? But maybe there's some people from their community that would be interested in playing this new farming game that we have.
Hey, Dr. Wagami, I don't know if you mind speaking on it, but you made some good points about some people with extra parcels and what to do with it. Maybe people could start farming on it in that Twitter Spaces you were at last night.
Sure. Basically with the new crafting recipes, it's more cost efficient to level up your parcel than to build out other ones, with like some exception of being an alpha maxi at L1. And so, the concept is, how can we get those parcels in the hands of people to farm and play for free, essentially, right? You could rent a gotchi, you could have a parcel, and then a percentage goes to the NFT owner, and then a percentage goes to the person farming it. And this is a lot, I think, there's a Alchemica sync, right? Like you can't get much out of the parcel unless you put something into it, versus just playing Roomba and going and collecting. So I'm interested in, essentially sharecropping, where people can rent out and like farm your land and then invest in it, and you get a percentage of it. Because I know I'll have a lot of mine sitting idle.
So do you think there's value in that? Is there enough left over after the other person builds to make that fair for both?
Well, it's a percentage split, right? That's, the advantage of the sharecropping model is the more they put in, the more they farm, and then the more I get also. So, the big concern is, would you rug your builder? And so you need to reward them at a percentage so that if you take them off the whitelist or whatever, and then you keep everything they built, like, was it worth it? Or can we build smart contracts to lock your parcel in place? So like at the vault, could we have a 3 or 6 month lock so that they have guaranteed access to it for, a whole round, for example, and then they could build on it. And, these are tools that we can build on top of the protocol to get more players in, to like really get a lot of guilds access to all their players. Like, this is your parcel you can build on, and the percentages will be split out. So I'm excited to see that happen, and I think it's kind of bot resistant in that you have to spend Alchemica to get Alchemica.
Is that
Yeah.
How does that work? Does that use access rights, or you're using the vault to enable that?
Yeah, it'll use access rights, and I think with our next layer of access rights that you guys have coming out, we'll be able to do a lot of that, depending on how granular it gets.
Is that like the whitelisting, or right now we also need to add in surveying, we need to add in upgrading, also unequipping, I think is another one.
Right, and basically the more granular you get, I think, the better, and then
Yeah.
you can have a variety of arrangements based off of them. But I was imagining a world where like you could like log in, like these are parcels available to you, or like the guild that owns them, and you could see them all and like see their splits, and you could have gotchis assigned to that whitelist. So you probably only need a couple gotchis for a swath of lands, and you could have just a really fun way to like onboard and play and like have land that's assigned to you in a decentralized way that maximizes our plethora of lands currently.
Yeah, I like it. It makes sense. It's almost like a different onboarding flow for guild members. It's really, really intuitive.
I was just asking the devs about this issue with the sound effect or the animation freezing. They are looking into it, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So in the meantime, if you freeze up, just apologies for that. We're going to try to get that fixed as soon as we can. And the error is pretty much the same for everyone. So it's we'll have that fixed in the next release.
Joina, I feel your pain. Every time I channel, I still instinctively hit the E button. So it happens. But channeling, like I said earlier, so much faster now.
If you guys haven't already, the access rights are live, and so what you might want to do, I'm going to be doing a Twitter thread for this next week, but you should get a hardware wallet. You should put your gotchi in the hardware wallet. You should then lend it out to a hot wallet, and then you should keep your parcels in your in your hardware wallet, and then give access rights to your borrowed gotchis. And once you do that, if you want to build quickly on your parcel, you just send whatever installations you have to the hot wallet, and then you can walk on your parcel, enter build mode, and you can build them all with your hot wallet without having to have the parcel or the gotchi in your hardware wallet.
You mean in the hot wallet?
You don't have to have them in, like, you can play the game with your hot wallet, but have all of your assets in the hardware wallet.
Yeah.
That's the safe way to play the gotchiverse. If you're not doing it that way, you're opening yourself up to a lot of risk of being, if your private keys are somehow you get hacked and your hot wallet gets hacked, you could lose a lot of assets.
Is the white feature ready yet for land or no?
Not yet, but you can. What I've done is just you could make like a burner hot wallet address, and you could lend the gotchi using gotchi lending whitelist only to that address. So then you go in, you use that hot wallet address to borrow the gotchi from the cold wallet, from the hardware wallet. So now you got the gotchi, and then with the cold wallet, you enable access rights for all the different permissions for only borrowed gotchis.
Oh,
So
that's
then,
smart. Yeah.
And the final step is, if you have like 100 purple grasses that you want to put down, you just send all those purple grasses over to the hot wallet, and you can probably get that done in an hour or two. Once we have batch installations, that'll be even faster. But right now it's still pretty slow. But that's a much quicker than having to use your hardware wallet to confirm, a bunch of purple grass or whatever, and it's much safer.
Yeah, and transferring through the AAvegotchi website is it's so seamless.
Yeah. Currently, there's no unequipping permission, but that will also eventually have access rights for unequipping as well. And when we do eventually have that, when you unequip something, so say that you own, say that you're playing as the hot wallet, you unequip something, it's not going to go to you. It's going to go back to the owner of the parcel.
Ah, that's great. Good old trustless behavior.
Yep. Yeah, I want to structure this in a way that if you do it right, there's no way you can get wrecked if you get hacked.
Your hard wallet in that case will just be behaving as like a vault for your assets, and then you're interacting with the hot wallet through the rental.
That's right.
Ah.
Yeah, it's a totally trustless vault, and everything can. So you could put Alchemica in your hot wallet, and you could upgrade stuff with it. But then if you unequip, like if you had a rug or something and you want to unequip it, it's not going to go to the hot wallet. It's going to go back to the hardware wallet. Yeah, Coolness has a good point. We will be dropping the remainder of the XP for the core props and also the Wednesday type form tomorrow, and there might be some on Monday as well. So I would say, yeah, if you're gonna move your wallet and all your gotchis, wait till after that XP drops.
On the first day of XP, the subgraph went to shit.
I think it finally synced up this afternoon. It took a while.
It's good. Woods rarity farming coming in. Yeah, it's gonna be. We all needed that.
Yeah, good vibes right now with the rarity farming, the Alchemica collecting. Felt really good energy at the Guild Summit. I just wanted to drop this. It's a commemorative Guild Summit NFT that Bin Laden and FaZe created, and we'll be releasing that soon. Check this out. It's a little video animation. I think it's kind of cute. With the Alchemica dropping, they did a really good job with that. So just keep an eye out for that. Ooh, more alpha from FaZe. You guys did a really good job with that. I like those animations. The Alchemica falling from the sky is very
That's awesome.
realistic.
I want to see this.
Did you guys make a tweet with this? We can totally retweet it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we'll get a tweet out. Very sound definitely sound on. You want to listen to that.
Yo, that is so smooth. That is dope. They're all like, have little coconuts, drinks with them, and the Rasta hats. That's dope.
Yeah, we haven't released it yet, but we'll be making it available for people to buy. We're still kind of working out some details on that. But this week, we'll definitely get a tweet out. Probably actually today sometime, we'll hammer out the last couple details. Get that out there, and then, yeah, that'll be available for people to FOMO into.
That was definitely cool there, Hefe.
We have some really talented artists in AAvegotchi, and hopefully you see more stuff like this. It's going to be, this is like culture in the Gotchiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Good Gotchi vibes. Yeah, exactly. I'm already looking forward to the next Guild Summit. Ooh.
They look so happy.
There's a punk rock one too coming apparently. Nice.
Oh dang! Rarity farming is this? It starts this Thursday. I thought it was further. That's awesome.
Gotta dress your gotchis.
Have a quick look at the bazaar.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
How
Yep.
we doing? Let's see.
Those common items are going. Someone bought a fairy wings. Candy jar went. How are the mythical items going?
There's so many good wearables up there, this last couple months. It's hard to not pick up any wearables. I definitely grabbed a couple. My favorite was probably the Mark outfit. Finally came in within my reach, so I was able to get that. And then I actually picked up another portal as well, so I have another H1 unopened portal. I think I'm going to open it, to be honest. I've been feeling real lucky lately, so maybe. We'll see.
You should open it right now.
No, I'm not opening it right now.
Does anyone want to do a parcel war? A humble?
How does that work? Do you guys go over overall what percentage each one?
The way we've done it recently is just the KEK total, like whatever the amount of KEK you have, and the type alpha. So you just survey, I survey, whatever number of people want to jump in and survey, and then winner takes all.
That's pretty sick. Now, yeah,
No.
wow.
Just got humbles burning holes in my pocket right.
I'm down to go on one.
Do you have a humble parcel?
Yeah, I got a humble parcel.
That's unsurveyed.
Yeah, that's unsurveyed. Yep.
Okay, cool. Anybody else who wants to jump in?
We're gonna do this after the call, though, right?
No, we'll do it right now.
We're gonna do it right now. I gotta pick which one it is. Then I gotta go look. 'Cause obviously, it's just
signing off, friends. Have a great Saturday, and remember we got the DAO Hangout as well going on tomorrow.
Yep.
Should be lots to talk about.
All right.
Hey, have a great night, man.
Yep.
See you then.
Later, friends.
Later. Peace. I guess this is a good place to make some announcements, and also No Future, you're doing a parcel wars right now. Is that right?
Yes, if we have it's me and Gotchamper. Do you want to do it now, Gotchamper?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna go figure out which one it is.
Yeah, I think I have my parcel that I'm going to use. It'll be this one in District 17. Let me just make sure it's not.
Anybody want to take FOMO side bets? My money is on No Future.
Oh, the poor man's bet. Yes, I love it.
Nobody else wants to get in? No.
How often do you see, you know, a manager and client making bets like this in the game that they're, like, hey, I'll bet you for one of those parts channel on every day
I
and
have
get it.
no I have no simple humbles, only boosted ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any boosted humbles.
Okay. So
Yeah, until next time.
a gamble.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it again.
Let's do it for a spacious. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I already did.
I already opened all my spacious, so I don't have any more.
Now with the humble, do you guys like wonder with the low amount of Alchemica and the little space, like is there like a strategic farming humble?
Well, I have one that's like really high in, so I won that in a parcel war with Harambe. So that's going to be my like little alpha build, I guess. But Alchemica is Alchemica. You're not going to be able to like deck out your parcel like with 50 harvesters and reservoirs. But if you get one setup, one set of 4 up, and you build it up high enough, you'll be able to empty the parcel and still get that return. Just I wouldn't go super high with it. I wouldn't go past like maybe level 3 or level 4.
I was thinking something like that, but also, only one Alchemica at a time, like do FUD, then tear down all your stuff and rebuild for the next one and kind of take that down. I was thinking about that as a strategy.
Yeah, I guess it kind of depends on how you want to. I guess the roles and how you want to work it.
Well, you would get half the Alchemica back for, destroying your original stuff on your property. I don't know. Maybe that won't work for a long period of time.
Yeah. So I guess at this point, Hefe, do you have any announcements?
Well, actually, yeah. Besides that NFT, just keep an eye out for that. We'll be getting the details out on that soon. Those of you who purchased the Gotchika pieces from Bin Laden will be getting those out over the week as well. And then we have Rigo Mortis's raffle, which is a fun little event we'll be doing for District 420 on Friday. But we want to get the word out for the. It's a last call for people to get their entries in for raffle. And I believe you can just send. Let me pull up the details here because I don't quite remember them all. There's a tweet right here. I'll get that. Oh, where is it? Here we go. Get this tweet up. Definitely check this out, guys. It's to support Goobs, help him out a little bit, and get some fun art out into the community. These were created by Rigo Mortis, so definitely check that out. All the details are in that thread. And we'll be doing the final draw on Friday. And then tonight is Sunday night Gotchi Space. It will be the... I shouldn't say it's the last Gotchi Space because we're going to keep it going, but it might be the last one that I'm consistently hosting. A bunch of Gotchi Gang members have been doing Twitter Spaces, and I think we should all keep doing Twitter Spaces, especially on Sunday. It seems like a great space to do, and I'll still be joining in as a participant, but I don't know if I'll be hosting, only because I'm now moving to finding suitable partners for the AAvegotchi ecosystem, and I want to reach out to those people and do some interviews and get some outside interest in AAvegotchi through Twitter Spaces. So I'll be launching a brand new Twitter podcast in about a week or so, and so I'll be still on Twitter, still be doing Spaces. But I think Gotchi Gang is definitely going to keep the Gotchi Spaces going, and I'm going to participate still as much as I can. That's all I got. So tonight is going to be a fun little Sunday night in the Gotchiverse. Probably hang out on GMI's parcel. And what else? Is there anything else? I don't think I missed anything. The DAO meeting tomorrow morning at 2 p.m. Eastern is definitely something you want to check out.
Yeah, I'll do my daily live streams, but that's the only thing I have planned at the moment.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess we'll call it there. We'll head out. I'll go a event of some sort that I'm supposed to go to. So everybody have a great day. Take it easy. Stay up. Stay safe, and do your thing.
Get a
Do whatever
hard
you-
wallet. Get a hard wallet.
It has to actually be hard though, like a rock, like granite. It should be a granite wallet, like when you can do it. Well, the seed vault. All right. Okay, I'm closing the room. Bye.
Later, friends.
All
Peace.
right, y'all.
Bye.
Have a good one.